Welcome to Manifesting a Life. One Christmas when I was 14, my fairly new sister-in-law bought me some charms for my charm bracelet. And she told me, though, that I could exchange them. I know she probably meant exchange them for some other charms. So I looked at them, and they really didn't fit my interest that well, so I took her up on the offer. So we went to the jewelry store where she had bought them, and I looked at the charms, but there was something else that caught my eye over there I really wanted. And then she did say, well, if you don't want charms, we could get something else. And so I zeroed in on this ring. It had 7 thin bands on it. It was called 7-day ring. And I just loved it. Some reason it just really called to me. So she bartered with the owner of the jewelry store a little bit, and I ended up with the ring. When I was a teenager, I wore that ring constantly. Now, my high school band took a band trip to East Texas to some park out there that had a big swimming pool, and so we all got to go swimming and all. When I changed into my swimming suit, I took my ring off because I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want to lose it in the pool. And I put it in my shoe and stuck it in the locker. Well, when the day was over and we were all starting to pack up and change back into our regular clothes, and I dipped into that shoe and my ring wasn't there in either shoe. It's like it wasn't there. Where'd it go? And I couldn't find it anywhere. My friends helped me look for it, and we both looked and couldn't find it. And retraced our steps, and I was distraught because this was my sister-in-law who was new to the family, and she was rather took things personally, shall I say. And I knew that she was going to take that as an affront if I lost her ring that she got me. And so I was really wanted to get this ring back. I couldn't find it, and we had to leave. And so I left my name and phone number with the people there at the desk and told them a description of the ring that I had lost. And I went home. For the next couple of weeks, I just kind of imagined all these different scenarios of how this ring was going to be found. Somebody would be walking along the grounds, and they would see something glittering, and they would pick it up, and it'd be my ring. Just various different things like that. Somebody would be sweeping out the locker room and sweep it up, and there it'd be. But about 2 weeks after we left, they called and said they had my ring. And so they ended up mailing the ring back to me. And they said that what had happened was that they started draining the pool, and then the person that was draining the pool saw something glittering down there, and right before it went down the drain, jumped in and grabbed it, and it was my ring. So that was a scenario I had not imagined at all in my wildest imagining. I was imagining all kinds of ways they'd be found, but I couldn't imagine that. I always felt like the universe is laughing at you when things like that happen. It says, you didn't think about this. So your imagination is very important to manifesting. You have to imagine it. Don't expect it to come about in the way that you're imagining it. Don't be so set in a specific way of it coming about. Just play with it. Be playful. Imagine all kinds of things. Imagine how you're going to get this, how this is going to come about. Just play with it. That's kind of like visualizing. Just sit there and visualize it. So the method I used was my imagination to find my lost ring. I would show it to you, but I can't find it. My sister-in-law is no longer my sister-in-law, so I guess the ring just lost its value, and it's disappeared somewhere. I can't figure out where it is. But it's not of that important to me now than it was back then when I was a teenager. Our values change. Our ideas change. Our wants and needs change. And you have to allow that in your life also. You realize that this isn't really what I want anymore, and be willing to let that go and move on to something else. But use your imagination. Use it to create all kinds of wild scenarios. Be playful. Be fun with it. And see what develops. Let me know, have you ever used your imagination to get something you didn't have in your life that you really wanted? How did that work out? Did you find that the universe kind of played with you and brought about in some different way than you ever imagined it would happen. That's always fun. That always seemed to happen to me. Well, if you like these stories, please hit the like button. Let me know. And until next time, go out and manifest your life.